Chicago with Nick Cappa, the Windy City, and don't believe the hype about the pizza. It's not all about the pizza. It's about the eye candy. Nick, I'm not talking about you. I'm sorry, not to hurt your feelings. But the
I just don't like where this is going already.
The Ram Power Wagon is stealing the spotlight, man. Like, this is the eye candy of the show.
2017 Ram Power Wagon. We chose Chicago. It's a great show. It usually is a truck show, and it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, but I mean, you guys make it fun with the things that you bring, and you know, you guys did some fun stuff with the truck. Not like it needed a whole lot, right? The Power Wagon was already the granddaddy of all 4x4s. It was already an epic truck, but you took, you kind of gave it a rebel yell with the grill, right? And then you guys have updated the graphics, but I say updated, you went back to roots. You went back to the 70s, stole a cue from the from Simon & Simon. Most people probably don't know what that is, but anyways, and you went with some retro graphics, and I think that across your brands, you guys do a great job of kind of going back to vintage and going back to roots and giving tributes in the truck. I'm obsessed with the way it looks, but I know it's not just a superficial truck, right? It's not a truck that just looks mean and fierce. It actually can back it up.
It has the presence, that's for sure, but it's all an under the skin story with the Power Wagon. So let's move to the front of the truck and I'll
tell me about it, please. You gotta talk loud too.
So no problem. So the Ram Power Wagon has always had this stance of the most capable off-road package, the most capable off-road pickup truck. So what are some of the features that get you there? Well, number one is a 12,000 pound winch that's tucked nice and neatly behind the bumper. Now there's enough power to that to actually lift this truck off the ground and then some.
Wow.
So figure the truck weighs close to 6,000 pounds, the winch can do 12,000. So you can actually dangle it in the air if you want. So that is a huge capability plus. Other things this truck has is large, heavy-duty axles front and rear, so they can take the punishment and the beating with lockers front and rear. So you have pure electric lockers, true four-wheel drive moving all the time. It's really difficult to compare this truck to anything else because you have all four wheels moving, just like a tank. So it's hard to find something to compare it to.
Kind of like you. There's nobody else in the industry like Nick Cappa, and there's only one truck like a Power Wagon.
Heavy-duty tow hooks, and you were talking about the grill earlier. You're right. We did borrow that from Rebel, and the reason we did that is because we're having this more of an off-road capability lineup with Ram trucks. So you have the new 2500 4x4 off-road package. You have the Ram Rebel 1500 half-ton segment.
Sure.
And now we have the 3/4 ton Power Wagon, the most capable off-road pickup truck. So let's talk about some other things. So yeah, you get the cool headlights with the black bezels, powder-coated steel bumpers. This is not plastic. This is hardcore.
Yeah, that is hardcore.
33-inch meats, big, heavy, groovy tires, man, to be able to grab the traction.
Let me go back to what you said a minute ago. When you said the most capable, you're not talking about across the Ram brand. You're talking about on the market.
Absolutely. There's nothing that can beat.
Over the hills and through the woods to Grandma's house we go. This is the vehicle for it, right?
This is the truck that the person who has to be out in the middle of nowhere all by himself all day long and needs to get back by themselves, self-sustained, this is the truck you take for sure.
Sweet.
So moving across, you got that same black line that kind of rolls all the way through, and the vertical graphics, yes, from a throwback into the 70s and the old Power Wagons.
Love
I'm
it.
dating myself when I say this, but yeah, that's the trucks when I truly started falling in love with the Power Wagons. Just these big, brawny, beefy trucks. That was the graphic that it had back then. It has the graphic it is today on the 2017 model. Sure, rolling across the back, that black theme continues, and of course LED tail lights again, powder-coated steel bumpers. And then the big Arial font 547 bold Ram logo. So
I love it. You don't only know the font, you know the
I'm actually
exact
guessing on
size.
that one.
Oh, I don't know. That sounded pretty legit. But this is awesome. I mean, you can totally, everything about this truck speaks. It means business, and I like that. I like the fact that it's capable, but it also announces that it's capable from the exterior.
Other cool features about it is the camera, of course, mounted at the tailgate. That's not unusual, but you also can get to a camera mounted in the chisel, so you can check on your load in the bed, and you can check on your load in the trailer as well behind you.
So when I throw my kids in the back of the truck, I can make sure they're still alive.
Absolutely.
Wait, never done that.
That's their step down. Let's walk around this side.
All right,
show you
let's
the
go.
interior.
Yeah, please.
So something else that's really cool about it is the interior design. Now, we've always had this flat load floor.
Sure.
So if you have a dog or something else you want to put back here, or it's just you and your gear, it's nice to have a flat load floor. So that's something we do. Also extra storage everywhere in this truck.
Love it.
Slush mats come with it. And the coolest thing about it is this insert that you can see right here is like they imprinted the actual footprint of the truck into the seat itself. So that is truly the tire track.
Which
of the
you
Power
did
Wagon.
in the Ram Rebel first,
Yes,
and now
that's
you're bringing
true.
it over to this. So again, it's a Power Wagon with a Rebel yell.
You got it.
I can hear it screaming, man. I can hear it screaming.
So other things that the Power Wagon has that you don't see on other trucks is a manually shifting transfer case. So it's something that's positive gear. It's not electric because the customers are doing a lot of off-roading. They want to be able to feel that go on each ship. So we always put manual transfer cases in the Power Wagon. It's very unique that way.
One of the things that Bob mentioned today that I found interesting, and I think especially in Texas, our truck fans are really going to find interesting, is that it's available in 6 colors. Is that right? But you can also get custom colors.
So yeah, if you and 10 of your buddies all want a Power Wagon, we'll give you the custom color. You can all have lime green Power Wagons if you want to.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. No, but you know, I mean, we're in Texas. A lot of people might want to go with like an A&M color,
There you go.
you know.
A lime green Power Wagon is probably so much more.
And then in the front, any special things that you want to point out? I mean, you definitely got the branding here, which I know truck fans love.
So you'll notice the Power Wagon logo exists on the side seat bolsters there, and also a little Ram logo ahead on the seat headrests up there themselves too. And of course, the Power Wagon gets its own little graphics in the center cluster and Uconnect screen too, with tire tracks. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
What makes it really move though?
This thing is a boss. You know, we're not on the radio, we're doing video. I can even call it a badass. It's a fierce badass.
Okay, so what you're looking at is a 6.4 liter HEMI. That comes standard. HEMI V8, it's 410 horsepower, 429 pound-feet of torque. And all that drives through a 6-speed automatic transmission and a 410 gear set, front and rear axles. So you can have the leverage to turn those big meats.
Well, and what is it about Ram owners that just love to say it's got a HEMI in it, right? I mean,
well, that engine's been around. It has a lot of history, just like the Power Wagon does itself, and so it carries through. And I think a lot of it leads back to that commercial when he was holding the baby, saying it's got a HEMI. Yeah, it just worked out really well. People loved it. They latched onto it, and ever since then, it's been a brand of itself.
It's reliable, it's durable, and it definitely has its own following, like you said. And I think the Power Wagon is going to have the same. It's going to have its own following. It already does, but I think you're about to grow your family significantly with this truck. So I'm excited to see it coming out later this year on dealer lots. And I'm ready to go for a ride one. Can we take this one out?
You know what? I'd give you the keys to this one or the orange one if you feel like it'd be better for you.
You know, I'm not picky. I'll take the keys to either. Anyways, Nick, hey, thanks for the tour of the Power Wagon. We really appreciate it. And guys, stay tuned for more coverage.